Peace, power, and prosperity of the family. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds and we're going to go in. We're going to go in and we're going to talk about some of these signs and symbols that we are seeing. Peace, power, and prosperity to everybody. Y'all know it's the Rob Black Storm. I'm here. Peace, Misty. Peace to everybody coming into the chat. I hope you're having, I know, can't really say a good day. It's been a crazy day, but I hope that you are keeping your spirits high based on our last conversation. And I hope you were able to find techniques, find food, find exercise, find out of doors, so to speak, and figure out ways to become the God that you really are and to generate the frequency that you want to put into this universe so that you can manipulate reality in the way that you want. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start out by doing some, well, first, I want to do some shout outs, right? Because it's all about an exchange of energy. I want to shout out Urban X show with Black Dot and his son Dot Son. Please go subscribe to Urban X. And the reason that it is dope is because a black man and a son, it's a news show. It's like CNN. It's like our CNN. And what they do is they basically take the news stories, the popular news stories of the day, and they break it down in news form. Just it's just like CNN, but it's a father and a son, and it's a black father and a son. So it's dope, to have that weekly analysis of what's going on for our perspectives. And we always have these different diatribes and these tales about what and how we think black men are. However, when things like this happen, when creations, Chris, creation, when you're creating, that's when you're closest to God. So creation is important, especially during these times. All my artists, start making your songs. All my painters, start doing your painting, start doing your drawings. All my writers, start doing your writing. All my seers, start doing your readings. All the people that need to come out the shell and shine their light, start shining your light. Start creating mythology around this situation so that the children have ways to harness energy, right? That's what Cinderella is all about. That's a mystical story. That's what Little Red Riding Hood, mystical story. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is really about the seven chakras that are in you, right? And getting to light. And it's about also, Farrell said that is dope. That's another person you want to check out, right? So you see things pop up on my phone, maybe a call here and there. That's because I'm screen recording. So, yeah, I hope everyone is out there shining their ultraviolet light, that purple color, like Prince. Listen to some Prince, heard some interviews, and got in tune. Also, one of the things you want to look at is his 2007 Super Bowl performance. You'll see that when he sung Purple Rain, it started raining. So he literally was a rainmaker, right? It started raining in when the purple lights came on, and you could YouTube that performance. So we're gonna decode some things. I'm not gonna be on here too long, I don't think tonight, but I want to decode some things for you, some things for you to look at, some things for you to analyze. Shout out to the ancestor, Harriet Tubman. Also, um, shout out to Rogue Titan. I was watching one of his videos. It was pretty dope. He was talking about basically, manifesting and doing some sigil magic, which I thought was really great, and remote viewing. The way he did it with using coordinates and using gematria to map out what he was doing. And gematria is basically Jewish numerology, right? Gematria. And I'll go into that in another video. This is not for this video. I just want to kind of decode some things. So when you look at them, when you look at these things, you could kind of see what's really going on, see what's really at play, and not for the banana in the tailpipe. So with that said, let's go on what we see right here. Now, you see my boy, well, and I call him my boy because he's my son, all people that are descendants of original people. You see, he has on there, he has a book, right? Now, notice the hand that he is using. If you look at your body, you'll notice he's using the left hand, right? You'll notice Hitler, left hand. This is Saddam Hussein, Quran, left hand. Right? I don't know who this is down here, to be honest, but I'm sure he's another political energy vampire, right? Because that's all this is energy vampire. And I'll show you how it played out in the real world, right? So if you are following a mystical tradition or a tradition that doesn't deal with Judeo-Christian religion, you're not Muslim, you're not Christian, you're not Catholic, you are on another path. You're on an alternative path. And if you notice the dominant society, those are the paths that they try to box you in. You're either a Muslim, you're either a Christian, or you're a Catholic. So those three paths are the most popular paths. And then there's little subgenres within them, like the Sufi mystics and stuff like that, right? The Sufi mystics are different. They're left-hand path too. And what I mean by left-hand path is left-hand path is also deals with just magic in general, deals with the occult, and occult means hidden. So it's nothing to be scared of. I mean, your breath is hidden from you, right? The Wi-Fi that we're talking from is hidden from you. You can't see the waves. You can't see the air you're breathing. I can't see the waves on the signal that is carrying my voice to you. So occult means hidden. It means the things that are beneath the surface. So it's nothing to be scared of. This is our ancestral religion. If you could believe in a Holy Ghost, right? If you could believe in a Holy Ghost, then why wouldn't you believe in the religion that your ancestors gave you? Doesn't make sense. So if y'all can hear me in the chat, just type 1, because I can't really tell who's in and who's not. So just type 1. I know I saw Misty, but just type 1 in there so I know that I'm not just talking to myself and they didn't cut me off. Okay, peace. All right, now I see I come through. Okay, peace. So y'all got me so far? Yeah, if y'all got me so far where I'm at, type Prince for me. Type Prince. We riding the Purple Rain train. My squad here, we dealing with the purple energy. We're dealing with crown chakra energy. We are not dealing with we're not dealing with low level energy. We're dealing with higher chakra energy. So we're trying to manipulate that crown chakra as much as possible. So that's why we're harnessing the energy of Prince. And I had an interesting channel with Prince after I talked to you guys on Sunday. He told me some things that I needed to do for myself. And if you don't believe that you could channel ancestors, start doing things like that. Start doing rituals, start honoring them, start giving them light, giving them energy. And I'm going to get into this soon. But one of the things to the picture that we have soon, but one of the ways that you tap into ancestors, the ancient ones, is by you giving them energy. Phoenicians, the ancient Egyptians, if you look at the quote unquote tombs, they had cups, they had spoons, they had, things that they liked. The tomb was basically an altar, right? It was basically an altar to the dead. And what happened was Europeans came into the tomb, into the tombs, and they saw this and they said, oh, why do they have all this stuff here when they're dead? Why do they need all this stuff? Luxurious beds and beautiful, splendid coffins. By the way, they were wrapped up in purple and gold, Laker colors, purple and gold. Kobe, we've talked about this family. Kobe, I'm just recapping. We talked about this. Kobe, purple and gold. Kobe dying in being buried in Corona Del Mar. The sun being the outside of the sun being the ring of the sun, the corona of the sun, right? So we've talked about that quote unquote coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. There's only confirmation. Nothing is a coincidence. It's only confirmation. So we are basically riding that part of the ultraviolet spectrum, right? Go back here, right? The purple, and we're going up. We're riding the wave of this frequency that is out here. And I'm going to show you how it's playing out. How it's playing out. So back to this. Purges. You might hear that. If I got a duck on this live, I'm a duck. So don't feel bad. But there are purges. I'm in a hot zone. I'm close by Fordham Road in the Bronx, but I ain't scared. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my 1-2 for the Lord. Right. So I appreciate y'all joining me, man. Shout out to y'all. I very much appreciate it. So what we're going to get into is we are going to get into these books that we see on my screen. So back to it, the left-hand path, right? We're dealing with the Quran. A Bible is in Hitler's hand. It did sound like a bomb. I heard it. I heard it. So, so that's the Bible, right? It's the Bible. See that? What your man got? What your boy got? The Bible. It's the same fucking book. It's Hitler's book that he used. It's Hitler's book that he used. It's the same motherfucking book. You think it's not because it's a different color, but it's the same left-hand action. And what he was basically announcing to the world by doing that, and someone told him to do this, by the way. You guys think that Trump and the royal family and all these people are like these white people are like the highest, the most mighty of the mighty. You guys have all this fear of these people, and yes, they could do some devious things. Yes, they could create some devious things. Yes, they can make things uncomfortable, and they have been making things uncomfortable for decades. Yet and still, we have ruled for thousands of years, us indigenous people, and we have been amongst the people of the world at peace for the most part. At peace for the most part. So you look at Trump, right, and you look at how they are using these religious books. All religious books are books of spells. There is a book. Do I have it here? No, I don't have it right at my behest. Oh, I do. Wait 1 second. So, you see that? Power of the Psalms. This is a book dealing with magic. So a lot of your hear that? A lot of your stories, a lot of your spells, and a lot of your Christian songs came from this. A lot of the songs in Christianity that the preachers choose come from this. You wonder why? Music, choir, relation, catch you on frequency, catch you on a vibe. When you're in church, you feel so good because you're in that frequency, you're in that vibe, you're in that vibration. And they play what? The organ. The organ. You have organs in your body. So they playing the organ to stir your organs within. So you wonder why when you go to church, you feel so good and you get that high and they're talking about Jesus and then all of a sudden you come up out your pocket. Currency is money and currency is energy. Currency is money and currency is energy. So whenever and everything is a frequency. Everything that we deal with in this life deals with frequency. It deals with vibration. There's no way that this life would occur if there was no frequency. You speak, it's a sound wave. You think, it's a brain wave. It's all waves. It's all vibration, right? So back to this picture. So you see Hitler with the Bible. You see Trump with the Bible. Trump has on blue. Now, as I've been discussing with y'all, colors, if you follow me on Instagram, we've been talking about how colors work as far as the chakras. Now, the blue that he has on, somebody type in the chat if you know what color chakra he has. He's messing with. What's the blue chakra? And what the color blue also symbolizes, right? Your boy Trumpy. So he is making a declaration. Thank you, Reese. Reese is on it. Communication. Communication. So Trump is using this as a means of communication. He is casting a spell from his throat chakra. Correct, Missy? He is casting a spell from his throat chakra, just like Hitler was, just like Saddam was, and just like this person is, right? Blue, throat chakra. Blue is also a color of Yemaya or Set, the waters, right? Don't you have water in your body? Doesn't the waves in your body tidal? Doesn't water in the sea tidal when full moons occur? So when the waters in the physical seas tidal, so do the waters in your body. That's why we do ritual during full moons, new moons, equinoxes, and one is coming up Friday, right? But I'm gonna get to that at the end of this. What we're gonna do Friday, because we're gonna do our own ritual, family. All right, we're gonna manifest some shit that's positive, and we're gonna manifest help from our ancestors. All right. Now, the next thing is there is so Trumpy, right? So left hand. So back to the left hand path. So the left hand path is the path that's not a lot of people are on. This is what they call the narrow path, right? You hear this, right? This is what they call the narrow path. This is the purge. This is not a protest. This is the purge. This is the purge. Wait, hold on. Let me see. This might be a short live. Let me see what's going on. Whoa. Well, we'll see what's going on. But yeah. So he's coming through. So he's coming through. They're casting spells. And why do I say they're casting spells? I just showed you part of the Bible that is spells and how the spells are used against you. And there's also other verses in the Bible that have been used in spell work and can be casted against you. If not, then how could they keep millions of people, masses of people enslaved for so long if they weren't using magic against you? This is why Washington, D.C. is built just like the Temple of Karnak in Egypt, because those are magical centers. But I think I skipped my point with the tombs. So the tombs, where they had artifacts, cups, spoons, different regalia, um, everlasting colors, purple and gold usually, different greens of, Osiris or Osir was depicted as green in certain times. Those things still last thousands of years. Those colors are still vibrant. They even have something called I think it's Egyptian purple or something like that, but it's a stronger type of purple, right? So what he's doing is, one second, we ain't worry about the explosion. What he's doing is he is he is so he so when oh back to the tomb. So when they have those artifacts in the tombs, what they're doing is basically communicating with their ancestors. That's why they were there. They're there so as an energy, as a way of energy or giving power to your ancestors. And it's the same thing you do as a human by giving them offerings, by putting bread, by putting meals, by lighting candles, by, um, doing things that, shit, if you want to call me, you better put a little joint on the altar. you know, but different things, that the person had, maybe a shirt of mine or, a picture, right? That's why we put those things on the altar. So what those tombs were in Kemet, where you see the cups, where you see the clothes, where you see the sarcophaguses, where you see all these different items in those tombs, they are there as a means of ancestral communication. Those are altars. Those tombs are altars so that the ancestor can communicate with you, because in your DNA contains all life. You are stardust. So you are made of everything here that is in the universe. Not something I'm saying, that is a scientific fact. You could Google it right now. You are made of stardust, right? So you're very easily manipulated by words, by sounds, and by images. We all are, right? We all are manipulated by images. We all can be manipulated by sound. We all have been in a movie theater and have been immersed in a movie theater to where we forgot the surroundings around us, right? We've all have listened to some music where we have forgot the surroundings around us, right? So these things are ways of manipulation. So what Trump did yesterday was cast a spell. Now, he cast a spell, and basically his spell was to stop the energy of the ancestors, which the ancestors are in full effect. If you don't believe me, turn on the news. We're in, as I said earlier on Facebook, we're in the Thanos snap right now. We're in the end game. If you don't see how half the population is going through hell right now, and that's mythology that's played out in real life. And that's why I said, all you artists, all you singers, all you dancers, all you creatives, get on your job, because we need that. We need mythology. We need creation. Black Panther was from the mind of Stan Lee, a Jewish man. He wasn't black, but he created a Wakanda. He created a Wakanda. He created that. That's how powerful mythology, where decades later, he makes a movie that blows everything out of proportion and has you coming to the theater dressed in kente cloth and traditional garb. So create your music, create your art is much needed, right? Cast your spell. That's how you cast your spell, right? So Trumpy, I was trying to get a close up of his tie. I wanted to see what's on the tie, but he's is basically declaring war on America with the spell, and he's saying I'm in charge, right? Because what's happening is there's spell work, but he's using a black Bible, and where did he stand in front of? He stood in front of. Now it's gonna say I don't have because I don't. Even though I don't have any pictures here, he's gonna say it's gonna say I don't have on anything, right? So Trumpy, right? It doesn't show it here, but he is standing in front and look at the different picture, right? Look at that, different picture, same result. So look at the books. Zoom in. These ain't the same books. Type Prince if those are the same books. So I'm making this up. Those are the same books. Same exact books. Same book that he used. But Hitler didn't win, neither will he. Hitler didn't win, neither will he. Right? Please, somebody put my Cash App in there. I do appreciate donations. I believe I'm giving y'all a service that will not only help you here, but beyond me, and something that you could even explain to your children on how to analyze and look at things, and also how to self-develop yourself. My Cash App is $Rob Blackstorm 7. Rob Blackstorm 7. And if you've been following me, you know that I give this back. I recycled some of it back. Because right now we all need energy. So this is reparations. And this is how we also build a black economy, by helping each other out. So you help me, I'll be able to help you. So my Cash App, Rob Blackstorm 7, Rob Blackstorm 7. Okay, now he is at St. John's Parish. Now there's a deity in, now honestly, I don't know which pantheon. But there is a deity called High John, that they use. And High John is basically, if you are a man and you have High John root on you, you're gonna feel it's gonna start to develop your inner chi, right? High John is really a very masculine element, and it's also, if you get a candle, it's also purple, right? The High John candle should be purple. And what High John is really designed to do is designed for you to manipulate the ultraviolet frequency. So that's why he was standing in front of St. John Parish. Now you can't see it here, but if you follow me long enough, I don't lie to you. Everything I do could be fact checked, right? It's St. John's Parish. So the spell that he casted, I'm gonna tell you the spell that he casted. The spell that Trump casted yesterday was what intelligence knew what was coming, was the blackout. It's the blackout. Because today is Harriet Tubman's day. It's the day that Harriet freed 700 slaves with abolitionists. She went on her raid today in the 1800s. She went, I believe it's the 1800s. You could, whatever. But she went on her raid today. Her and 700 people tore through purged themselves from slavery today in I believe it's 1863. That's coming to me. Purged herself from slavery today. Ancestral communication, ancestral powers. I told you this whole thing started in Minnesota because Prince wanted this to happen. Let me get back to this picture. I'm gonna show you another picture. So this is a purger. This is a purger. A purger's live, right? This is in Manhattan. You see the color scheme? You see the trail, the rainbow trail right there? You see the colors going across? This is from his camera phone. This is from his camera phone. You see the light beam? And it's very high dense. If you really look at the purple. I don't be lying to y'all, man. Prince is in the building, yo. This ain't no fucking coincidence, man. This ain't no coincidence. And look at the hashtag. Fuck your curfew. So is this not rebellion? Is this not still Harriet coming through, riding that purple rain, riding that purple train? And I told you, look at that 2007 Super Bowl. You'll see the rain come through. Look at Prince's life. Look at the Purple Rain video and see who's in the Purple Rain video. Nobody looks like me. It's in the video. Look who he's speaking to. So that's significant, right? Oh, you're welcome, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome. So Trump casted a spell, and the spell was the blackout. Now, this is my response to the blackout. This is my response to the blackout. One of them. If you go on my Instagram, you see the more lengthy response, where I just show the coronation, the correlation with everything, and the coronation. Yes, the coronation of this ritual, because this ritual was a crowning. This ritual was a crowning. He was trying to use Hitler energy and channel that ancestor to stop this shit. So the blackout with all these sheep, and if you did it, don't, I'm not really trying to be offensive, right? We've all had sheep moments. I've had sheep moments myself. I was a sheep at one time, so don't feel bad. But as sheep, right? Sheep just following. I woke up. I slept maybe 4 hours, but I'm charged the fuck up, right? But I slept like 4 hours because last night was crazy. You hear all that bombing? It was worse. And it was sirens. All night. And I think the later it gets, it might get like that again. But there was sirens, there was bombs, right? And what happened was, damn, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, so the blackout. What he was doing was let me drink some chlorophyll, bear with me. Chlorophyll. Melanated and non-melanated, but especially melanated people. Get some chlorophyll. You see my videos, $18. How much money you spend on weed and Hennessy and all sorts of pills and other things, lean and stuff like that. Okay, so my response to the blackout is ask for justice and reparations. Because going black on your screen, you fell victim to the ritual. Black is silencing. Using that frequency is a silencing. That's a silencing frequency. Using black. Let's look at the word black. Esoteric, right? Magical. All right. Esoteric means hidden, and of course we're dealing with magic, right? Because this is what I deal with, and I'm basically showing you how magic is being used against you, but because you feel like, because you are caught up in this three-dimensional world and they play divide and conquer with you, you think that it's a race thing, or you think that is, and I was stuck there too. You think it's a race thing. You think that is, Mexicans and the blacks or whites against the blacks, or and at some points it is, right? That's the duality of life. Depending on the situation is, yes, there's going to, for instance, if you know somebody who went to prison, or they tell you the prison stories, they always talk about how black people live, even if you watch it on TV, how black people stick with blacks, whites stick with whites. That's basic survival, because even though we are all in the jungle and we are all cats, lions are different than tigers are different than jaguars are different than panthers Panthers are different than leopards. All cats, and a house cat is definitely different than all of them. There's a lot of house cats in human form. But yeah, so black, esoteric, magical, elemental, earth, deities of the underworld. Okay, deities of the underworld. Now we do work with the underworld. There's nothing wrong in magic with working with the underworld, right? Because the underworld is where we go to when we go night night. When we go night night, when we go to sleep, we go into the underworld, and we astral travel into different dimensions. So the underworld isn't bad; it's your perception of it. This world is a perception game. How do you perceive it? That's why I'm able to look at these things through signs and symbols, and also through learning and experience, but also through downloads. Something just made me look deeper at that picture, like, well, what's that? And seeing it's the same goddamn Bible that Hitler used, right? Let's move on. Black opens up and I'm just going to show breaking free from bad habits, addictions, opens up deep unconscious levels. I'm on the last sentence of the first paragraph. Opens up deep unconscious levels, black. So you are doing a blackout that was created by a musician, that was created by the music industry. And we're going to get into the music industry in a second, and we'll break something else down to you. But you're looking at a blackout, right? That was created by the music industry. And we all know the music industry is one of the most satanic places on the dark side of set, right? Or the evil side of set, because evil reverses live. So evil is something that's trying to stop you from living. Can I live? Right? So so opens up deep subconscious levels. So what we're looking at is this ritual was designed to keep people silent, keep you from speaking out about this, keep you from talking about it, keep you from encouraging uh, different black businesses, to keep you from just black out the discussion on Harriet's day, to black out Harriet's energy from coming through, to black out people sharing the information, to black out the people that are deciding to purge or be part of the warrior class, and the people that are the artists, and the people that are the creatives, and the people that are the myth makers, and the people that are the song makers. I even saw one thing that said, don't stream no music. I was like, what? On a day like today? On these days, you don't want nobody stream music? And then some people still scared of COVID-19. So they stuck in the house. And some people just scared to go outside because it's crazy, which is understandable. And you tell them not to stream music. So what you want them to watch? The Idiot Box? Because I know you ain't giving them nothing good to recommend. All right. So opens up deep unconscious levels. Preference for black, we're on the second paragraph, symbolizes seriousness, darkness, depression, death, mourning, right? Mystery, secrecy, occultism, right? This is why witches wear black. This is why witches wear black, right? And it doesn't mean, even though we're using, again, there's polarity to everything. There's a good and bad to everything, including you. So occultism, a standing apart from or revolting against triviality, provocation. Thank you guys for the cash apps. I do appreciate them very much, me and my family. So thank you so much. I can't see who, but I always, send y'all little hearts. So thank you so much. So back in the second path, third line, mystery, secrecy, occultism, a standing apart from or revolting against triviality, underground, underworld, things that have to remain hidden. Okay? Things that have to remain hidden. Why? Why would you want to not share your art? Why would you not want to share different people protesting? If you decide to share violent protesting, or if you decide to share peaceful protesting, can you not share information? Why can you not share good memes, or law of attraction memes, or anything like that, or memes to help people feel good, or pictures that of you smiling? Why would you want to black out on a day of Harriet? Because he's trying to keep you, as it says in that paragraph, remain hidden and open up those deep subconscious levels so that you don't tap in. So you're not privy, and the people that are part of the warrior class are not privy to that ancestral energy. And again, I call them the warrior class because what they're doing is they don't give a fuck. I interviewed a purger, pretty much. I had a conversation with a purger today, and they don't give a fuck. And what's interesting about my conversation with him is what he said was, he said, I asked him, I said, yo, how did it feel? Because that's how I look at it. Yeah, they did it, whatever. How did it feel? He said, bro, it felt like history. He said, yo, it felt like a release. I said, you wasn't worried about going to jail or getting caught? He said, bro, I could be walking down the street and they throw me in jail for nothing. He said, I could be walking down the block and I get shot for nothing. He said, that's what they do to niggas all the time. Beat us up and fuck us up for nothing. He said, yeah, I understand this karma. This is what he said. I didn't ask him to say that. He had a very I was shocked. This guy's probably no more than 23, 24. And he had a very intelligent take. And I believe I was there to hear it so that I can understand. And he said, look, he said, yeah, it's chaos. I said, how was it out there? Like, how were people and stuff like that? How did you guys move? He said, yeah, it's chaos. He said, it's chaos. He said, it's chaos, And he said, cops are there. He said, cops are there. But, he said 1 or 2 cops will try to rush somebody and we'll rush them. He said, well, there'll people rush them, And then he said, sometimes people just, there's cops that's just standing there watching us do it. Now, let me say this. I don't agree with, tearing down the neighborhood that you live in, I said, I don't agree with that, but I understand why you're doing it. But you know what I'm saying? I said, your mom, your grandma, they got to go to the pharmacy and all that. He said, yeah, I know. I said, I know, I know it's rough. And he was telling me different spots he hit up some pretty significant spots. I ain't gonna say what, but he hit up some significant spots. And I was telling him, like, I was telling him, like, did you think that, you were in danger? He said, not really. He said, because when I went up he said, any place I went into, it was organized. He said it was organized. He said that when he got in the store, that people were telling him to go upstairs, to go downstairs, to go this way, to go that way. So there is some Antifa element. There is some subversion in all this. There is some Soros influence in all this. And, obviously, because I said, they're probably going to gentrify. And this is what he said to me. I said, they're probably going to gentrify after this, after they tear up everything. He said, probably, maybe. He said, but maybe because we're doing this, maybe not. Maybe they'll give us what we need and what we want. He said, maybe not. And I said, damn. And then he said, everything starts with chaos. Now, people who know chaos magic or heard of chaos magic, what we say in chaos magic is that the universe started in chaos. The universe started in chaos, right? Everything, and even if you look at the history of the earth, how everything cooled, and then it became Pangea, and then it split apart, and Atlantis sunk, and even, now there's talking about California splitting from America due to earthquakes over time. And that's just how life happens. Things expand, things break apart. There's volcanoes, there's earthquakes. This is the evolution of life, but it's chaos. Even your own life, there's different chaotic things. Who knew? I mean, yeah, the oracles and the mystics and the readers and the astrologers all told us that 2020 was going to be crazy. But who knew it would be this fucking crazy? Who knew it would be this crazy? So this is a whole new thing. So the chaos in this situation, he said, everything starts with chaos. He said, we got it. He said, they got it. He said, this is the only way. He said, this is the only way. He said, they don't respect nothing else. That's his perception. That's his perception. I said, be safe though, bro. I said, be safe. Be safe, man. Be safe. I said, I ain't going to judge you, man. I just don't try to tear up places that you live, man. That's the only thing I would tell you, man. Don't tear up around the place where you live because your grandma got to go to the pharmacy. He was like, shit, we hit up the pharmacy too. I said, God damn. But look, it's chaos. He said from chaos could come that order. So that's what time they on. They on that demon time. as Beyonce told y'all, right? We'll get to that soon. We'll close with that, right? It's something y'all need to do, or I'm gonna show you, and then you could do on your own. So Black, right? So his whole goal with that ritual, that particular spell, was to stop people from speaking about stuff like this, to kind of quell it, to die it down. And I don't see that happening. I just saw a video with purgers ready to go, but it is getting quieter. So maybe it did happen. Maybe they did lose their spiritual power, because when you are harnessing ancestral energy, when times like this that are happening, and there are significant dates in Black history, Denmark Vesey, rebellion, Nat Turner's rebellion. These are significant times in Black history. June 16th is the day that Nat set it off. June 16th is the day that Nat set it off. That's coming up soon. And we got a lunar eclipse also coming up soon. If you don't have some sort of battery, backup battery, or solar battery, I suggest you get one as soon as possible. Because I truly believe that there will be a solar flare that will hit the planet and will disable all telecommunications. And it's going to get crazier. Well, let me not say that. It may not get crazier, right? But it will put more stress on the physical body, and especially on the bodies of those that do not know what is going on. Thank you, Emma. Yep, Juneteenth. All right. So these are significant times, and I'm sure they're going to try to do another ritual on Juneteenth, because you know why? People don't really know. People don't know. People are watching CNN. People aren't reading these books. People aren't looking at some of our master teachers like Bobby Hemmett, like Delbert Blair, some of our modern day master teachers, Hood Mystic, Rogue Titan, Shira Star Goddess, Pharaoh said that, people at Mastery Foolish has on his channel, Dreamwise, Kamisine, all these people that, shout out to Mastery Foolish too. And all these people that we have, we have ancient ancestors that gave us the wisdom in our history, and we have now people that will soon to be, Brother Panic, right? We have people that will soon, no, not want to say soon, but we have people that will become ancestors, or people that are currently living in their ancestral lineage here on Earth, which is what I am doing myself, and hopefully you are too. So there's black, right? So let's go. So Black, let's go down to the last sentence in the second paragraph, paragraph 2. Black is a color for extremes, everything and nothing. So in Witches Wear Black, it's really so that you can't hit them with no juju. It's a protection agent. That's why all your protective stones are black, and all your EMF absorbers are black. Black shungite, black tourmaline for protection, right? Onyx, all right? So black is an absorber of light. So if you're throwing some bad juju, or as people say in the hood, you got bad vibes, right? Bad vibes, bad juju, same thing. It's all magnetic energy. If you look at it from a scientific perspective, it's all auras interacting with other auras. It's all frequency crashing with other frequency, because we are vibratory beings. So black is a color for extremes, everything and nothing, right? People who foremost trust themselves. We don't need to just trust ourselves. We are collective. We are collective consciousness. Me and Donald Trump and a white supremacist and a kid in India and a guy in Asia and a dude on Fiji right now, we're all circulating the same oxygen. You ever think about that when you're breathing, that everyone else is breathing the same air, no matter their culture, no matter their race? And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. The purges are breathing in a sense of freedom and a sense of change, and they are willing to die for it. That's not ancestral energy. If that's not Nat Turner, if that's not Prince, who was a fucking rebel against the machine from early on, if that's not a Denmark Vesey, if that's not a Black August rebellion type of energy that's happening right now, I don't know what to tell you. Get off my channel, right? um, Again, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Cash App, Rob Blackstorm7. All right. When you give, not only do you get, because it's an exchange for currency. Whenever you give, you get back. And one of the rituals is if you're exchanging fiat money, another ritual you could do is whenever you give somebody money, you fold the money to yourself first. And folding money to yourself is not and signifying that this money is going to come back to you. So you just get the dollar and you fold it to yourself. You fold it to yourself first, and then you give it up, right? You give it up. Yeah, they may look at you weird at the store because you fold it to yourself first, but that is I'll show you. It's very simple. So the dollar. So I'm giving you money. I'm going to the store. I'm gonna give you money for a juice, right? Boom. I take it out my wallet. I fold it to me, and I give it to you like that. So I fold it to me first. You can see that little window. I fold it to me first, and then I give it up like that, right? So that's how you do it. And it's a ritual, right? Rituals are just things that you do to, you're channeling energy through things that you do. Whatever you do, whether you're watching TV, whether you're doing nothing, there's always energy present. When you're sleeping, there's always energy present. It's all how you channel it. Exactly. You cannot see it. It is invisible, just like your oxygen. You just can't see it, but you're always channeling energy. You're always channeling frequency. You're an electromagnetic being, and the electromagnetic energy shoots from your heart, just like a motherfucking Care Bear. That's the science of the Care Bears, which is a ritual in itself, that cartoon, but we're not going to get into that in this video, maybe in the future. So back to black. A version of black, a person who has a version. So a version just means that you're averse. You don't, you know, I'm averse to haters. I'm averse to suckers. I'm averse to that. I'm averse to people who tell me to wear the mask. I'm averse to that, right? So averse to black. A person who has aversion to black may have fear of the unknown or fear for the abuse of power. Desires to become free. Black desires to become free from all kinds of dependency, blockages, hindrances, and to throw off shackles. Blessing. I told you, Mr. Real Estate, I was going to help you. You ain't believe me, right? But I sense, because the frequency right now is very high. Listen, and before I go to the next slide, we're in a fifth dimension of reality. I need you guys to remember that. So I need you guys to remember that your thoughts are moving at a faster pace because technology is moving at a faster pace. Technology, a lot of these, as I said in the last video, a lot of these technological components of the very cell phone, of the modem, of the computers were built by your ancestors. A lot of them didn't get credit, but a lot of them are there. And just do your research. You'll see. Video game cartridges, right? Cobalt comes from the Congo, right? Quartz crystals are in your cell phone. Y'all feeling me? Y'all feeling me? Put a drop of one if y'all feeling me. If y'all feeling what I'm talking about. If you feeling what I'm talking about. So energy, right? Energy is very important. Energy is very important. So it says to let go of all sorts of dependency, blockages, hindrances, to throw, right? Right? So aversion of black. So this is the spell that was cast today. So all your friends who posted Blackout Tuesday were caught up in a spell that was casted. And caught up in a spell that was casted by Donald J. Trump, following the orders from his master, was ancestor Hitler. Do the knowledge on Trump's pops and Trump's great grandfather, ties to the Nazis. In Avengers Civil War, who were battling Hydra. Hydra infiltrated the government. What was Hydra? Hydra was Nazis. Again, are we not living in the end game? Are we not in the Thanos snap? From the mind of Stan Lee. Now it's reality. Now we're living in the Thanos snap. This is how powerful you are. This is how powerful myth is. This is how powerful creation is. Yep, it is. It is, Mr. Real Estate. It is the same book. So we did that. So the spell was cast, was the blackout spell. All right. So tell your people, spread this. Stop telling people ask just for justice. That shit is stupid. That's nigga shit. That's not godly. You need currency. We need currency. We're a permanent underclass. If you lock up every racist in America, you still got the hood looking the way it looks. What does it what purpose? What purpose does it cause? We still gonna get dominated. I'm talking about us, not just black people, because white people are getting dominated too, which they seen through the coronavirus. And people were doing their research and they kept trying to knock everybody's shit that was talking about the corona, David Icke and you know, and censor the interviews. But now look, the purge happened. I don't see nobody coughing. I don't see nobody worried about coronavirus no more. Nobody. What happened? What happened? Where the murder hornets? Where the murder hornets at? Everybody was telling me what's gonna come. Where they at? What happened? So we don't want justice. Justice is just one part of the pie. I want reparations. I want my people to get trillions. The same way y'all gave trillions to motherfucking banks, the same way y'all bailed out people through these high interest loans that bankrupt people and got people out their house. We need reparations. Justice is nice. It's good. It makes you feel good emotionally. Yeah, he got locked up. Woo! Throw a parade, niggas. While Jeff Bezos and them buy back the hood and re-gentrify again. That will happen if you guys don't harness your thoughts for the reality that you want to create with the frequency that you're putting out through your thoughts and your emotions. Exactly. And that's why these little giveaways when I'm trying to inspire through the spirit world is us. I'm doing this not from when I'm alive. I'm doing this for my kids, right? And what I'm trying to do is show people in little subtle ways and using my other techniques that, will be for a class in the future because I'm not giving y'all everything, but to manipulate reality. If we all circulate money, if we all give to each other, then guess what? We all get rich. Black, white, poor, the people that are brown, we all get rich if we communalize. But the only thing is, white man, Spanish man, whoever man, we running this shit. It's not no more, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, no, that shit is over. We on top. Y'all gonna fuck with what we say, but we gonna lead y'all on a spiritual path. Those of us that know. We gonna lead y'all to get y'all back to commit. Get y'all back to it's a mystery school system where you want to build pyramids, where you want to build sphinxes, where you want to build Tekkens, which is what the Washington Monument is. Where you want to build spiritual things. Right now, post this, what we should be doing, people that are artists, people that are creative, people that are painters, is painting deities on the walls, on the floor, on the ground. Flyers, just throwing them in the street, different deities, painting art that reflects our goddesses, and our deities, just like they did in Kemet. Because guess what? When we go into these gentrified neighborhoods, what happens? You see graffiti. Graffiti is taken from hieroglyphs, street art. You call it street art, graffiti. Those are hieroglyphs, writings on the wall. Where they get that from? They before used to get locked up and beat the fuck up for spray painting and doing graffiti. And now these gentrified neighborhoods are hiring artists to do graffiti to make their shit look more cultured. Happening here in New Jersey, even in the Bronx, different parts of Manhattan, different parts of Brooklyn. You see street art. Williamsburg, where all the hippies live. That's where you see the most street art. And people are chill there. It's not just because they're white. There's different icons and iconography to stimulate the mind. Everything is a sigil. A hieroglyph is a sigil. And what a sigil, and what I'm talking about is a sigil or hieroglyph is icons. what the Greeks call logos, right? Target is a sigil, right? The Target logo is a sigil. It's designed so that when you look at that logo, you're going to go to Target. It's red, hot red. So you look at that Target, and it inflames your root chakra. It makes you want to spend more. Walmart is blue. It's calm. It's smooth. Do you know Walmart has music in it, and they put subliminal messages, low frequency messages under it, under the music when you go on Walmart, so that you could buy more, so that you could spend more? You don't know? Look it up. It's facts. I don't lie to y'all. So we want reparations. That's what if you're gonna do a blackout, we want reparations. We want money. We need currency. We need buildings. We need statues. We need to rip Central Park, all them fucking statues, them fucking devils. We need to rip them shits apart and put Oshun, put Marcus Garvey, put Madam C.J. Walker, put Sojourner Truth. And y'all can have some of y'all icons of other cultures in there too. But ours gonna be in there too. It ain't gonna be just y'all's. Because we are loving people. But we will cut your throat, as you see right now. We will run over y'all motherfuckers. We will team up. It's just facts. We really want to live in peace with everybody culture. We don't want no problems. We don't want no problems. We've been showing y'all that. But keep pushing. Any animal you keep pushing in the corner, eventually they're gonna bite back. So we need reparations, man. We need money, we need currency, we need buildings, we need businesses, we need land. Everybody say Kanye West is crazy. Is he a little? He's a little off. Yeah, he's got a little MK Ultra in him. He's messing with them Kardashians. Mama Kardashian is into witchcraft. She's into the occult. She is. Look up Kris Jenner candle magic in your YouTube after this. All right, and after that, so you could get that fucking smudge off you from looking at that video, go back and look at Prince 2007 Super Bowl video and watch the rain and be inspired that the future is yours if you want it. And even if everybody else doesn't think the future is theirs, I want y'all that follow me to think that and know that. And I want y'all to ride that purple wave with me, because if we ride that purple wave, matter of fact, we're gonna do something. I'll tell y'all, not this video, but we're gonna do something coming soon. And I want to show, and it's going to be not just to show the world, but to show yourself the power that you have, within, and us as a collective, right? So that's the goal. So tell your friends, talk to your family. Don't just tell them. Don't just be an emotional nigga. Don't just be a puppet on a string for these emotions on the TV. Turn off the TV. Turn off the news. Don't be addicted to trauma. And I know it's hard because I'm watching it too, right? But I'm also taking breaks, and I'm sitting here and I'm dancing, right? I'll turn on the music and I have Club Rob. I turn off the lights. I put on my little strobe light, right? Go in the kitchen, make me a little coquito, and I have Club Rob. And I start dancing. I put on some house music. Money comes to me easy. Good things come to me easy. Great things. And I feel it. And I feel it, right? And I visualize it, and I say it out loud. And I'm dancing. And I add sound effects, whatever. I don't care who hears me, right? But I'm doing is generating a frequency. My body's heating up. You ever boil water? What happens? Steam, right? Once you boil water, you are 78% water, right? So when that steam comes up, watch Dr. Sleep. I told you in another video. Watch the movie Dr. Sleep by Steven Spielberg, where they talk about the steam. And I'll get into the adrenochrome, which is how what the archons, what they call archons, feed off your fear. As I said, I don't really, the Gnostic way of life, I fuck with Cometians mostly, the Kemetic way of life, but I fuck with all ways of life because they're all related in some way. But my ancestry is Cometian. I've done past life regression. I've been there. I've had dreams with myself doing hieroglyphs, so I already know. But I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so let's get to the next slide. So, oh, somebody came in the chat. Let me show you something. So yes, so no, don't delay that. All right, hold on. They're trying to play with me. So if you're on, oh, they're trying to play me. All right, we'll do this. So, what the hell's going on? So this is some stuff on my Instagram. You see the protesters. I don't know what's going on right now. Let me back up to this. Okay. So yeah. So the spell that was cast today was the Blackout, the Hitler spell. It's a spell that is used by all these world leaders because all these world leaders are tapped into the occult. Jeffrey Epstein is tapped into the occult. They manufacture adrenochrome. They have flight lists online, and there's pictures of people that Jeffrey Epstein was with. They were feeding off kids' energy. They were feeding off the bodies of children. There is a ritual that is as ancient as Greek culture, right? And the ritual that they did is they basically, if you look at the iconography, the statues and stuff, you'll see them, with little boys perched under, on the lap and, giving fellatio, and little boys in positions with grown men. That was the culture. That was in our Africa. There's nothing like that in Africa. And I'm not debasing white culture. I'm just talking about frequency and vibration. I'm just speaking facts. Hop off if you don't like it. So when we're talking about these spells that are casted, we got to be careful. Got to be careful. Look at the Bible. Look at the Bible. Look at your boy Trumpy. And the other picture is even more damning, right? Or left hand path. The cult, right? There's energy. Energy. How you choose to use it. As far as right and wrong, it's how you choose to use it. Wrong is suppressing growth and suppressing life. Because evil is the reverse of live. Wrong is trying to stop something from living, stop something from being free, stop something from expressing their natural ability and their natural attention, suppressing, right? And good is allowing that. Good is the sun. Good is water. Good is making you feel good. Good is inspiration. Good is shining your light. Good is feeling happy. Good is feeling confident. But all those are different frequencies. There's lower chakra frequencies and there's higher chakra frequencies. And right now we're messing with the crown chakra, right? So the blackout was the spell, okay? The blackout was the spell. All right, we don't need justice. We need reparations. We need reparations, okay? Shout out to the Queen Mother. I say to her, give her a couple of seconds to breathe. Give us some assays, please. Please, team. Give us some assays. Give the ancestors some assays for her courageous work in the 1800s, for her fleeing millions of slaves, for her innate abilities and her power and strength and courage during those times. We got to honor our ancestors more. We got to show them more love in these YouTube spaces, in these spaces that are where media is. We got to start putting memes and putting pictures and creating art and creating t-shirts, creating shoes, creating pants, creating shirts. Because the thing is, we'll buy all this religious imagery from Gucci. We'll buy all this religious imagery from Prada. We will. We'll buy white boys with all sorts of swords and curly hair and and religious imagery and holding the heads, but they're white boys. Look at Jay's album covers, right? Some of his later album covers. Magna Carta Holy Grail. It's not a black man on that cover. But we ain't gonna get into that right now. So shout out to the ancestor, man, for her perseverance on this day. Because without her, we wouldn't be here. And that's a fucking fact. That's the dark goddess. That's the Osset. Okay. So this is Mel Gibson, adrenochrome. Let's get into it. Let's get into adrenochrome a little bit, and then we're gonna go into the last thing. It's an open. This is Mel Gibson, right? It's an open secret in Hollywood. These people have their own religions and spiritual teachings and their own social and moral frameworks. They always tell on themselves. They always tell on themselves all motherfucking ways. It comes out because spirit. Remember in the Bible, Jesus, there's a scripture where Jesus was coming to the village. And they said, even the rocks, and they was like, and they were shouting for Jesus and calling him Lord, right? And the Pharisees was like, yo, don't call yourself, why are you calling yourself Lord? That's a sin. And he said, if the people didn't scream that I was the Lord, even the rocks would cry out. If you watch the movie Avatar, you see that the animals helped the people. And if you don't think something like that could happen in real time, then you're doubting your abilities. Because there was a one time where they said man couldn't fly or man couldn't go to space. And Elon Musk just went to space, 3 days ago. But there was a time where that was impossible. There was a time where a car was impossible. So everything is possible. It's open and secret in Hollywood. These people have their own religious and spiritual teachings and their own social and moral networks. They have their sacred texts. They are sick. Believe me, and they couldn't be more at odds with what America stands for. Mel Gibson, right? Jew in Hollywood. You know, the Jews, ancient Jews, Hebrews, black, right? Good old Mel. Look at Becky. Look at what's happening to the society. Are you ready for me to diagnose your totally normal reaction to our shitty society as mental illness? So I could get you addicted to mind-altering drugs for the rest of your life, or you wonder why motherfuckers is purging and burning shit down? How many people do you know right now are cooked on drugs, have been going crazy on drugs since this whole corona thing happened, and they got masks on and they're stuck in the house, which is an unnatural for human beings. We're connected people. We're people that connect. We have to connect. It's part of who we are. We are one. We are people who need human touch. It's not an option. You go fucking crazy. But they got something for your crazy. They got some fucking Percocet, Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet. They got the lean for you. They got the mind altering drugs for you and your children. Your child starts acting up in school, starts showing your boy starts his testosterone starts building, and they don't know how to channel his energy into sports or into whatever that child is interested in that time, and finding out and really taking time to find out what that child's interests are by being around them. The same thing they want you to keep away from people by being around them and talking to them and getting to know them like people, like little people that you guide, not control. That you guide, not control. You're not the boss of your kids. You're just the guide of them. They just came through you. They're not yours. You don't own your motherfucking kids. Let's get back to good old Mel. All right. It's open secret. We covered that. They harvest the blood of children. They eat their flesh. If the child was suffering in body and psyche before it died, they believe this gives them extra life force. These people thrive on pain, trauma, stress, abuse, and suffering. There is a creative and loving force inside most of us. I don't believe that, but I believe there is in a good amount of us. There is a great and loving force in both of us that guides us throughout life. These people don't have this. For them, it's the opposite. The Epstein crew. Your girl Beyonce is on that Epstein crew too, by the way. And we're going to close with that. They're using and abusing kids. They churn through a huge amount of kids every year. Their spiritual beliefs, if you could call them that, direct them to harvest the energy of the kids. Who is purging right now? It's not people my age. Law of reciprocity. What goes around comes around, my nigga, and goes around and comes around, nigga. I'm saying nigga for special effects, by the way. Don't call me a nigga if you're white. I will smack you. They churn through a huge amount of kids every year. Their spiritual beliefs, if you could call them that, direct them to harvest the energy of the kids. They feast on this stuff and they thrive on it. Babies are their highest currency. Their premium brand of high-grade caviar, cocaine, diamond steak. The money involved, you have no idea. Now, before Mel Gibson said this, I read this in the early days of the internet when the NAMBLA, because I saw it on South Park, National Association of Man Boy Love. It's a real organization. National Association of Man Boy Love. National or something, National Association of Man Boy Love. That it's called as NAMBLA or some shit like that. But anyway, it's about this. And they had an article, this is pre-social media. So they had an article on, or when it wasn't big, had an article, and he was basically in the article talking about having anal sex, how anal sex with a boy would charge him up, would give him the highest of highs. And he was detailing how and why more men should do it and why it should be legal and why it shouldn't be a problem because of the spirit, the energetic spirit that he gets from it. If I'm giving you some knowledge, please hit my Cash App. It's worth it because it'll go back to you again. All right. Thank you guys for the donations. I do see them coming through. That's why I'm recognizing that. The adrenochrome that they talk about that they get from this is the babies are the highest currency. They're premium grain of high grade caviar, cocaine, diamond steak. So when you look at those statues in Greece, when you look at that iconography, when you look at those things on their walls, that's what this is. It's history repeating itself because it's in their bloodline. So really, this purge is about healing white people too, because you see they out there rolling with us, and now they've actually taken over. They about to eat. They about to eat America. They're on their own. Actually, again, I say this: black people could fall back. Black people fall back because white people fed up too. They tired of being lied to, cooped up in the house with a fucking mask on. All right. So this isn't anything new. If you do some research, you will see it's a metaphysical, alchemical phenomenon. And as you can find it behind the scenes in all the dark eras in history. It's a dark, multidimensional occult art and practice used by secret societies in the last few hundred years. How long has America been around? Only a couple hundred years. Even Greece wasn't that. Greece wasn't that long. I don't know exact dates, but I know it wasn't thousands of years. And you can find it behind the scenes again in all. So there isn't anything new. If you do some research, you will see it's a metaphysical, alchemical phenomenon. And you can find it behind the scenes in all the dark eras of history. And there's another place, but I'm not going to go into this video. This is something when I start my classes, my mystery school classes, we'll get into deeper. So it's a dark, multidimensional occult art and practice used by societies in the last few hundred years for social programming and mind control, and raised to a zenith by Hollywood in America and in our era. All right, multidimensional, multi-dark. Second paragraph. It's a dark. What did they? What's the spell they did today? Blackout. Did you black out your profile pic? You didn't know. I understand. It was cool. It was trending. You were passionate. But that's why I'm here. So you don't. So when the next thing sweeps, you don't just do it. You question it. You think critically. Why is everybody doing this? Why all these celebrities that didn't just say shit all of a sudden got black shit on their page? All these celebrities that haven't said shit during this whole thing, haven't been to a protest, haven't stood up, haven't screamed. The only thing they're trying to tell you is be at peace. One of the biggest celebrities in the world with 100 million something followers is telling you to sign a fucking petition. That some of y'all call her queen because she's a fucking Diana Ross. Because you could dance and sing don't make you a leader, my nigga. And we need to stop looking at these celebrities. This is what the fuck they're doing. Go look at the Epstein pictures with the people who he's with and the people that are on the flight logs. The flight logs are on the internet. They're trying to suppress them, but they're still there in different pockets. You just got to look. And you'll see the names of these celebrities. You see Mr. Gates there as well. Adrenochrome, right? Doing rituals. And I'm just showing you how the rituals are being done to you and you don't know, right? So dark multi-dimensional, meaning entities from the other side. We all have ancestors, and all the ancestors don't look like me and you. All your ancestors are in this in this Allah form. Allah meaning arm, leg, arm, head, which is what the gods, the 5% nations taught, right? Arm, leg, arm, head, Allah. This physical 3D matrix structure that is made of water and dust. That's all you're made of, water and dust. And you can see some fucking light, some energy waves, some light waves. You think that this is what you are. You don't realize that you are a spirit, you are avatar. You are the house of the Lord. You're the house of the Lord. You're the house of God. If you really say it so and believe it so, and your frequency, your body, because this is still a church is still a church, right? You don't want to come into a dirty church. You think you're going to be able to get that spirit of the Lord and the Holy Ghost is going to come through the church? Even though the church is a scam, there's elements of the church that do work that are stolen from our culture, or you wouldn't be able to get hooked to it. You wouldn't be scammed by it if it didn't. There weren't parts of it that work. Well, magic at the end of the day when they play them organs in the church. So don't dismiss everything. You still got to have faith and even walk in this type of path. You still got to have faith in what you are and who you are, and it's going to ebb and flow. That's just like water. Water ebbs and flows too. Be like water, like Bruce Lee said. Yeah, you're gonna crash sometimes, but just try to wave back up. And sometimes you gotta have people that are gonna help you ride that wave. People that are funny, people that make you laugh, people that make you feel good, people that you could talk to. And one of the ways you use the internet is doing that. Finding people that are part of your soul tribe. Don't just use the internet to spread gossip, to talk shit, to share fight videos, to share, what's wrong with the world. If you look at my internet, I don't have like car crashes or anything bad. I have things that are trying to uplift and raise energy and raise frequency. Now sometimes like today I got pissed because I felt like they was violating and I knew they were violating Queen Tubman with this Blackout Day. I knew the ritual was there. So I posted a lengthy thing explaining what was really going on. But how many people really watched and really understood us? Oh, this nigga's crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy, all right. Crazy enough to manifest whatever the fuck I want. In the dark, multi-dimensional, all your ancestors. Some ancestors look like Tyrannosaurus rexes. There are giants, the Nephilim that you see in the Bible, right? That were here. There are different species of man that were here that you don't know about. You think this is the only incarnation or avatar there is. And the animals. You know how many species of animals there are? You think before we came here as fish, there wasn't something else walking this earth? Our DNA has a different strand. Look it up. There's a strand, they don't know where it comes from. In particular, Black people, Nubian people, people of African culture and descent, people that are melanated in this form at this time. We have a DNA, a strand that is unique to any other culture out here. So we gave birth to every other culture out here. So we are people that are from someplace else, from a planet, from Sirius B. Aliens in human form. Dark, multi-dimensional. So sometimes you'll see things in your dreams, you're like, oh, these are nightmares. They could be nightmares, and they could be ancient ancestors fucking with you for some shit you did in the past life. And you might need to come to somebody like me or another spell worker to get that shit off you. To figure out, give you a spiritual prescription, figure out what chakras you need to spin and what things you need to work on. Shout out to the people who came to me for readings. Shout out to the people who come to me for spell work. Shout out to the people who come to me to meditate. Shout out to people who come to me for counseling. If you dealt with me, you know how I deal with, you know how I give it up. You know how I give it up. Dark, multidimensional occult art practice used by secret societies in the last few hundred years for social media, I'm in the second paragraph, second line, secret societies in the last few hundred years for social programming and mind control and raised to a zenith by Hollywood in America in our ear. Now I found this whole stretch today and fact checked it and found it. And you notice it's purple, right? You go to my, which I noticed today, you go, I did a drummer video on Facebook and I was looking at, I paused and I was looking at the color in the lens. Now, those are black lenses of those sunglasses, but they were purple. If you look on my Facebook, when you're in the vibe, so-called coincidences happen. So he's telling you, so Mel is giving up. Mel is giving it up. Shout out to Ancestor again. Mel is giving it up. All right. So he's telling you what's happening. Nothing new. Nothing new. Mel says nothing new under the sun. Look, what color is this? Purple, right? Just shit that I found on the internet, right? Karening. This is why we purging. This is why they purging. Because from chaos comes order. And that's just the way life is. From chaos comes order. Okay? All the people that were doing the blackout today, what are they thinking? Or were they just following? And you have to ask yourself, what type of sheep you have to, tonight, after this video, you have to look at yourself and write down what behaviors are positive in your life, what behaviors are negative in your life. What behaviors are sheep like, and what behaviors do you feel like you control? Are you programmed? We've all been programmed. We're trying to unlearn what we've learned. But are you programmed? It's it. So, are you programmed? And yes, we are Netaru. Shout out to that comment in the chat. We are made of nature. We are Neters, nature, Netaru. So anyway, that's another time I'm going to that. We'll be a whole night. All right. So let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up with the one and only. Oh, look at the God, Heru. I'll put this on my Instagram too. We need t-shirts. I want to make these t-shirts. You know, I want to make t-shirts with these, but this is not my art. But some things like this we need. We need t-shirts like this. We need hats with stuff like this. We need arm wristbands. We need pants. Fly shit like Gucci got it, but just with our shit. Just with our shit. Because that's how they're controlling us. Hermes Hermetic. Hermes is the #1 fashion house. Hermes, Hermetic, Chemetic. Hermes, Hermetic, Chemetic. Okay? Somebody in the chat tell Mr. Real Estate what the blackout is. All right? And so, all right, where is this picture? Oh no, let's go to IG. Look at my, well, let's go to IG. Where is Yon Soleil? And tomorrow on Instagram, well, we'll get there. So I want you to look at this.
We're broken and we're disgusted. We cannot normalize this pain. And I'm not only speaking to people of color. If you're white, black, brown, or anything in between, I'm sure you feel.
She look normal to you? Look at her without the sound. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. You see her moving? You see her eyeballs moving? Are her eyeballs moving, my nigga, my nigga, my cracker, my spick? Look at her eyeballs. But this is the queen. She is controlling the honeybee. Do you know your connection to the honeybee? Do you know how important honey is to the environment? Now, I'm going to give you something else to look at. And by the way, she told her 200 million followers that the way to solve this is to sign a petition. Yeah, she's on that adrenochrome and she's on that MK Ultra program, and that's what she's on. She's under that spell. This may not be even her. I think this is actually a clone. I think this is a clone. I don't think this is Beyonce. I think this is a clone. Look at the eyeballs. They're not moving. Okay? All right? Now, if you Shazam the music in the background, I'm gonna play a little.
Thank you so much. We need justice for George Floyd. We all witnessed his.
This is the piano.
We're broken and we're disgusted. We cannot normalize this pain. And I'm not only speaking to people of color. If you're white, black, brown, or anything in between, I'm sure you.
Okay. Now, the song, if you Shazam this song, she's talking about George Floyd, right? I ain't bugging. Demand more charges brought on all those involved in the death of George Floyd. Please click the petition. That's what it says, right there in black and white. Now, the song that once I Shazam this song, I said, oh shit. 7,982,899 views. I said, oh shit, she done got. Well, she tried it. They tried it. Because she's just being, or the clone of her is being puppeted. Or the robot, the AI robot, which is what I really think this is being puppeted. And once I Googled the background music, I said, oh shit, she casted a spell. Now, this is going to piss you off. Because it did. It pissed me off. Well, kind of made me laugh because I kind of look at these things different now. But look at your boy Trump, Care Bearing, sending out energy from the heart chakra. Look at him. Look at him. You see that? See where he has the Bible? Before he does his thing, while he's standing in front of a church that just happens to be across from. I ain't gonna go too deep. You see him Care Bear now? What your Care Bears did from the heart? They shot emotional energy, emotion. So the song that Beyonce had, this is Mr. Floyd, black and white colors, right? So checkerboard, transformation. Yes, white women, but those are avatars. We're not dealing with this race thing right now, especially in these times. So look, black and white avatars. He was security in the club. I explained in my last video. I went to depth. Go look at that last video I shot on Sunday. Now, so Beyonce's song, she's talking about George Floyd. This is a serious issue. Look at the name of the song. So what? The name of the song is So What? She's talking about an innocent man who got murdered in cold blood. And if you think this isn't programming, I have to tell you, get off my live because you are a fool. The song is So What? Basically, fuck y'all. Fuck your justice. Fuck how you feel about it. So what? We gonna do it again, nigga. And a second wave of COVID that they're gonna try to do again because this shit ain't over. They're gonna try it again in the winter. They're like, so what? So what? He got killed. So what? He got bodied. It's a spell work because music influences emotions. If I hear 50 Cent, it's going to take me to a different point in my life. If I hear in the club is going to take me to a point in my life. I'm going to conjure up emotions from being in the club. But the song that was playing while she was supposedly talking about justice was So What? Manipulating frequency. Manipulating frequencies. You could do this on your own. Again, don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything anyone says. Know for yourself. Know thyself. That's the first rule of entering the mystery school. In closing, I'm gonna come back. I'll probably be meeting with y'all either every other day. Y'all might see me every day, depending, because it's crazy time. And I feel like my avatar is sparked right now, so I feel like I just have a lot of things to give, and there's gonna be new things coming down the pipe that need to be decoded. But on Friday, we're gonna do a ritual. We're gonna do some music. I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna dance with y'all a little bit. I want y'all to dance too. And we're gonna say some affirmations, and we're gonna visualize some things relating to currency, right? Because we need currency, we need reparations. We're gonna cast our own spell. We need infrastructure. We need land. Again, people say Conway was crazy, but if you look at his last video, I think it's on God or whatever, for his last album, when he's talking to his pop, he's like, you know, you got all this land, and he's like, yeah, and his pop says, black man. If you are a magician, a sorcerer, if you are an alchemist, you could find good in anything. I could talk to a bum and get a lesson. I could talk to a child and get a lesson. I could be in a difficult situation and try to make a positive out of it. That's alchemy. That's hearing the bombs and saying, fuck that, I'm not scared of them. Even though it's a stressful situation. Even hearing this, purges. Alchemy is saying, fuck that, I'm God, and I'm going to give these jewels up. So Friday, we're going to do a ritual. But it's going to cost because I'm putting my energy into it. But I'm not going to overcharge y'all. It's going to be on Zoom. It's not going to be on YouTube. I'll give you guys the details. So definitely stay in tune with me. Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified when I go live. I'm usually going to do a post before I go live. Sometimes they might be in the morning. Sometimes they might be at night. It really depends on how the ancestors move me during this time. Thank you guys. Continue to hit that Cash App button. Like I said, I'll recycle it. Hit me on oh, that's dope. That's dope on the gematria. Yeah. See, the gematria, I'm not I ride my lane, I go in my lane. I'm learning gematria now though. I am. But that's not my lane. There are other people like Rogue Titan, and there's other people, Hood Mystic, they're really good with gematria. So you want to follow them if you really want gematria breakdowns. Eventually I'll get there, but I'm riding my lane right now for what I do. But I appreciate that. The Cash App is $Rob. Somebody put in the chat, please. Is $Rob Blackstorm 7. $Rob Blackstorm 7. And what I want to do right now, $Rob Blackstorm 7. I want everyone, and I'm going to do it with you. And also after this live is something I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and visualize and feel black people running shit and brown people running shit, but righteously. How does that feel to you? Where you could wear your hair wherever you want? Will you deal with the police and it's a fair exchange? When you don't have to change your voice wherever you go? When you can interview with somebody and say, you still be professional, but use certain lingo that you understand because this boss comes from your community. When your community doesn't have police officers or policy officers, but just has people there to regulate, and that we have a spiritual culture that we implement into the new form of government so that people could become uplifted and get off these drugs, get off these ADHD drugs, get off these antidepressant drugs, get off these drugs they're feeding our kids. Stop feeding these archons, which are really ancestors that were wicked then and are still wicked, AKA Hitler. Because if you think Hitler is not a form, but anyway, that's not part of visualization is, and what I want you to do is when you're visualizing this purple, ultraviolet purple, Prince purple, see it, inhale it, feel it, it feels good. Freedom, freedom, freedom to be who you want to be. And not to say that there won't be anything, you want to also in your visualizations, be prepared for obstacles and how to handle them. Be prepared for people who don't want to go along with that cause, because there's always going to be some sort of war. No one will ever agree. but we handle it, we take care of it. And even in dealing with that, we still deal with compassion and still try to change and transform through alchemy. Purple. Paint the White House purple. Paint the White House whatever you wanted, red, black, and green. But purple the skies though. Purple the motherfucking skies. And your visualizations, purple the skies. Because we riding that crown chakra wave, even in the midst of the motherfucking purge. Crown chakra wave. Okay? But this is what your entertainer gave you. So what to your cause? Stop following these celebrities, especially you women. I'm not being sexist. But it's very easy to target women with emotions because y'all are, well, I'm not going to say that because men can be highly emotional too. But it's designed to feed the women because women give birth to life and women have intuition. So most of those millions of followers of Beyonce are women. Most of the people who ride for Beyonce are women. It's just a fact. But she's saying, so what? If that is her, right? You saw them pupils. Cash App, $ Rob Blackstorm 7. Again, hit that notification bell. I'll notify you when we go live. And I'm gonna smoke a joint. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Or not tomorrow, maybe the next day, but look out. Hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe. This may help a friend. This may help somebody see what's going on. This may inspire someone to do better and create some art. So do your creations. Creatives are the closest to God. I don't care what no one says. Once you create something, it's here. The person who created the first phone, now there's cell phones. That's godly. Jeff Bezos created Amazon, even though he's doing whatever he's doing on the other side, still godly. God doesn't care. The formula works. Like I told y'all Sunday, if you boil a pot of water and a wicked person boils or an evil person boils a pot of water, a person that doesn't want to see you rise or doesn't want to see you grow because they want to dominate you, that's what wickedness is. If you both boil water, you're going to get steam. The water's going to evaporate. It's the same formula. Thank you guys for the donations. Thank you guys for the cash apps. As a matter of fact, I want to end at 11. So if anyone has a question, I want to end at 11:11. It's 10:49, no 10:50. So if anybody has a question, put it in the chat. Let's chop it up a little bit about what's going on. No questions. That means I did a good job. Let me see if I got something here. Well, the ancestors did a good job because I'm really channeling right now. You never seen a God channel. But what happens is the more you get into the spiritual work and the more, I think K-Tal Williams is still in the chat. She'll tell you I was nervous to do this. I was very nervous to do this last year this time. Last year this time, I did not have the confidence to go live and talk to y'all. At all. At the fuck all. My email is blackstormrob7@gmail.com. BLACK. It's basically my name backwards. So blackstormrob, just add a 7@gmail.com. How do you know when a spell's being casted? Good question. So you know a spell's being casted when it just doesn't seem right. Why would Trump leave the White House, go across the street in front of a church named St. John's and hold his hand up like that? What's the reason? Why do people have black screens on their social media? What's the reason? You have to find out the why of things. That's how you know there's a spell. You have to constantly be looking at the whys. When I look at a movie, I don't look at a movie just like a regular person. I don't look at the movie like a human. I don't look at a TV show like a human. I don't look at certain things on social media like a human. I look at it like a god. And when I say like a god, like Haru the falcon, I look at it from a bird's view, from a third eye view. So that means I'm looking over it, right? And I'm looking and I'm critically analyzing what's going on. So I'm not just taking it like most people, oh, Trump's a bad guy. No, what is he doing? Why is he have it up? Who else has done that? Where can I let me research and see why he would do this? Most people aren't doing that. They're just taking it, oh, Trump went into the church and he got the protesters out and he tear gassed them. That's the least they fucking They beat Rodney King's ass. What's that little tear gas? These 7 white girls threw this black girl off the roof in Canada. Canada, they purging too. Check Canada news. They doing the same shit. It's not on. It's not on CNN or Fox. They don't want you to know that you got solidarity on the other side. White people eating their own. Thank you, because we've been wanting y'all to do that. Because we had enough. We shouldn't even be participating in this. Because we done gave y'all all y'all science, all our mathematics. Y'all done stole our culture, stole our religion, separated our families here in America. And if you study Kemetic history, the range of 9. So to answer your question directly, yes. What you need to do is you need to ask why. I'll be doing readings tomorrow. If you want to book a reading, you can email me, blackstormrob@gmail.com. Just email me and we'll set up a time. I'll check them in the morning. Now I know you guys will be eating. If you want a reading, you can look back, see some of the readings I've done. And people that I've worked with that are in the chat will vouch for me and through the accuracy, and hopefully it has helped their lives as well, because that's why I'm here. I'm a vibrator. That's my job. So you have to question everything. Any more questions in the chat? Or did I miss a question? I can't see the chat for some reason. Maybe because I'm screensaver. New York purge. Look at the light. Look at the rainbow. Look at the light. This is from a purger tonight on Brooklyn Bridge. Should you smell money? That's a deep question. I don't know. I mean, you could smell it. Yeah. If look, whatever's going to take you immerse you deeper into the experience. Oh, this is something I wanted to show you. I've showed people that know me this. So when coronaviruses start, right? What I did was I bought a Corona when I first heard about it. On this Corona, it says Corona antivirus for the world. You can't see it because it's written in cryptic code, but it says Corona antivirus for the world. And what I did was I put it on my altar and had it sit for a couple of days, 2 to 3 days. So I let it get warm. Then I put it outside of my altar and put it in the fridge for another 3 days. I let it get cool. So I put hot and cold, 2 elements, right? Light and dark. And the principle of me doing this was to use water, the power of water, because water holds memory, right? We are made of water. And to also utilize the placebo effect. The fact that if you think something is real, most of the medicine that we get is really sugar pills. So if you think that it's real, right? And if you think it's real, it's real. So what I did was the antivirus, I put antivirus for the world. And if you can see it, I don't know if you can, but there's a little, right here, there's a little neon green spore with a little bit of that was left in there in this bottle. And I've just kept this bottle. And the spore has grown. It was smaller, but it has grown over time. Neon green, just like coronavirus, right? But I beta corona antivirus. And when I drank it, I was like, I am cured. I will never get coronavirus. That's what I programmed this with. So again, whatever you need to use, that's why the Commissions used hieroglyph. Because hieroglyphs and pictures and logos are able to convey energy. That's why Christians utilize the cross. That's why sports teams use animals. That's all ancient Kemetic science. It is not about worshiping something. It's not about praying to something. It is that these visuals are able to spark something in you. For instance, Heru, again, I've been talking about Heru because that's the spirit I'm in. But Heru is the falcon, right? Falcons have high speed. Falcons have the best vision of any animal. So invoking that energy doesn't mean that I'm saying, please, Heru, like a Christian, please, 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 please give me something. You out there in another world? No, 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 no. It is using that picture, the energy, the colors, the red and white, the energy behind that picture, and harnessing that energy in my DNA. It's Heru isn't real. Tahuti isn't real. I'm sorry if they told you that. Ogun isn't real. I'm sorry if you were misled. They're not real people. They didn't really exist. These are vehicles for energy manipulation. Logos. Logos. Logos is a term in Western philosophy, psychology, rhetoric, and religion derived from the Greek word ground, opinion, or expectation. Now, that's a lie. It's not a term. It's not. It didn't come from the West. It came from the hieroglyphs. But you see, a logo could ground. A logo could give you a plea. A logo could give you opinion. A logo could give you expectation. So when people are marketing things to you and they use their logos, let's look at good old Starbucks. Some of you know what this is already. Okay. That is Oshun or Yamaya. No, I'm sorry, that's not Yoshun, that's Yamaya. The fish, the Little Mermaid. See how they use your science to get you? You see the waves on the hair is really waves. See the hair is really waves? The Little Mermaid. Yamaya. That's your deity that they use. So that's how so that's a hieroglyph right there. You understand? So when you look at logos now, tomorrow you're gonna look at every logo from every company differently and see how they're trying to get you to buy or how they're trying to manipulate your psyche. And notice it's the color green for the heart chakra. That's not even Yamaya's color. It's blue. But green makes you think it's healthy. Green is the color for health, heart health, right? If your heart is healthy, you're pretty much healthy. Thank you for the donation. Whoever just recently sent a donation, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for hitting the cash app. Yep, or Shango. Yep, yep. So logo, any more questions? I got 11 minutes. Oh shit. Oh shit, look what ancestors gave me. Sun wakes up. Let's go. This is shit I look how Google, because this is shit I be researching. Look what Google gives you. Whatever you give to the internet will give back. So if you constantly on the internet looking for bullshit, gossip, tea, clothes, Fashion Nova, then the algorithm is going to continue to feed you that. But if you program the algorithm to give you what you want, then you will in turn get what you want. And the algorithm will continue, and the algorithm will try to manipulate you. I remember I was watching a Young Pharaoh video, and Young Pharaoh, and I'm not a big fan of Young Pharaoh, right? I know some people are. That's your business. But I watched one of his videos. I was really turned off. I said, never gonna watch his videos again. They kept feeding me videos on the algorithm constantly, constantly, constantly. I said, oh, this guy's part of. Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that because I'm not trying to slander another black person. But it was just interesting how I kept getting fed his videos after watching one little 20-minute video constantly for days, almost 2 weeks. Just as soon as I log on YouTube, a Young Pharaoh video is the first video I see. Algorithms, programs. So what you feed, what you seek on the internet will come back to you. And sometimes they will manipulate you. They still Persian. I'm good. You hear them? They Persian. I know a lot of these dudes, so I ain't really worried about it. I heard my homie, so he's actually one of the dudes I interviewed. So let's look at this. The sun, at least the solar flare last week for the first time to 2017, possibly signaling that our nearest star activity is ramping up after a long period of time. This is important. Strong solar flares can harm satellites and people in space, while the most extreme flares could take down Earth's electrical grids. If you are able, I highly recommend that you get some way to charge your phone that's solar, some way to charge your electrical instruments that are solar, get some candles to keep light in your house. I'm going to see if I could get a cooler if they didn't purge all the stores, so I could put some stuff is in the refrigerator in a cool spot and be prepared. Because what it's telling you is that strong solar flares can harm satellites and people in space, while the most extreme flares can take down Earth's electrical grids. Okay? Earth's electrical grids. This is what's coming. This is the lunar eclipse will be on Friday. If you don't think this is coming, if you don't think this is being programmed, this isn't even the program. This is the ancestors. This is the outside part of the sun that you see. That's the corona right there. That is the corona part of the sun. That is the ultraviolet part of the sun. If you looked at the sun from your naked eye, right? And when I went to Antigua, you could see the sun clearer. You could actually see the purple out. And look at my video. It's older, but look at my video in Antigua. And I show up there towards the end. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just go towards the end, and you'll see the sun setting. And you will see that purple or that ultraviolet corona, that Prince color, that purple rain outside of the sun, right? So the solar flares are from the coronal area of the sun. And we have corona ions here on the Earth, speaking scientifically, right? Now these flares, it says NASA probes in space caught sight of an M-class flare on May 29th as a shout out from a family of sunspots. Dark transient regions on the sun that should be rotating in view shortly. Okay? So it says the flare was relatively weak and therefore didn't trigger an alert from the Space Weather Prediction Center. Future flares from this family of sunspots, however, could be stronger. This future is now, my friends. So please get prepared. Rob Blackstone told you. When it happens, say Rob Blackstone told you, because it's going to happen. I promise you. I've dreamt about this shit. So it's going to happen. And with everything that's happened in 2020, people are going to bug the fuck out without their internet, without their social media, and with nothing else to do. So be prepared. You don't have to be scared, but be prepared. We're proactive, not reactive over here. All right? That's why I'm showing you this. And that's why that's why the universe had this first thing come up. Because I didn't plan on, I planned on closing on Beyonce. Okay? Miss So What? Motherfucker. So, and even during this live, when I go on Instagram, they're going to try to target me with an ad because of the things that I said. So be careful what you say online too. At this point, I don't care. Because I'll just come back as another avatar and crush this motherfucker again and probably do better lives. You know, I understand how Martin Luther King felt. Not say I'm that, you know, but I understand how he felt, you know, when he said, you know, when he was getting death threats and all that, he said, you know, but my eyes have seen the coming of the Lord. Because my thought is that this is the ancestors' work. You hear them bombs and gunshots, that's the ancestors' work right there. Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, they're destroying the neighborhood. That's the bad part of it, you know, but they also destroyed downtown too. They ran up in 34th Street and Macy's. They ran up in some of the crooked ass jewelry stores down there where they're fucking robbing people. So the hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. Thug life. That's what Obama called them, right? He said those thugs in Baltimore. That's what Trump recently called them. He said those thugs who are looting, the hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. And now this solar thing is going to come. Hopefully it wipes out all my student loan debt. Hopefully it fries the computer to all my debt that's gone. And yours too. All right? So the flare was weak, but scientists will closely watch the sun's activity. There's also a black hole, Sagittarius A, in the middle of our solar system that they've been waiting for this shit to bust open. They've been waiting for shit to bust open. And yeah, also you want to, somebody put stock up. Yeah, you want to have a storehouse of food as well. There's certain things I'm not telling you for obvious reasons. But if you don't have a storehouse of those two, you know, if you don't have one or two of those, you know, I'm just in the state that it's not legal. But if you don't have one or two of those, you know, if you're in a state where it's legal to hold a firearm, you definitely want to get one, right? or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Some knives close to your bed, depending on where you live, right? I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying we're proactive, not reactive. The doomsday preppers look like geniuses right now. So it says the sunspots may well be the harbingers of the sun's solar cycle ramping up and become more active. Or they may not. It'll be a few more months before we know for sure. All right? They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Any more questions? Look at this. Any question? Yeah, you got 2 minutes. I'm definitely stopping at 11:11. So any cash apps, please send them. Any donations, thank you. I appreciate it. I do give back, and I do utilize this for me and my family as well. And I'm providing a service. Okay? Look at this bullshit they trying to feed me. I don't never click on the raw fam. Well, maybe if I'm doing some deduction. So maybe that's why they gave me. But you see, this is the shit that Google's feeding me. Right? You should be seeing shit like this when you log on to Google and the internet. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Whatever you're into, it might just be businesses and stocks and shit like that, which I don't know why they're not pulling this up now, because I have been doing that lately. But the algorithm's going to change and you're going to see more like Bitcoin and stocks and currency shit in there, because that's what I've been researching lately, as long with this stuff, right? So look at this. I was talking about magnetite on Sunday. Look at this. Somebody got a question? Damn, I don't know how to pull up the chat in here. I think somebody had a question. Okay. On the 2 minutes, they try to feed me ads like that too more often than now. Yeah, that's the algorithm game. It's designed to keep you off your square, but it will give you what you give it if you program. You have to program the algorithm though. You have to start like putting things that are going to make you rise and make you grow. I just want to touch on this real quick. An international team of scientists uncovered an exotic quantum particles hidden in magnetite, the oldest magnetic material known to man. The study reveals that existence of low energy waves that indicate, the electronic interracial crystal bubble. So the crystal lattice that they're talking about is the magnetite crystals in your brain and the magnetite crystals that are in every animal. So you are magnetically connected to every animal here in the universe. Facts. Every mammal, I should say. And they might be in others. But magnetite was already known in ancient Greece. It was known in ancient Kemet too. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So, yeah. So, see, it says here. Okay, last sentence. Even animals, right? I don't lie to you. Even animals benefit from the properties of magnetite in detecting magnetic fields. For example, birds are known to use it in navigation. So, I have videos how electromagnetic you go back, look at them. All right. All right. So, because that's my government name. That's the name my mama gave me. It's good for business. So my name is Robin. Yep, it does come up as Robin if you're doing the cash app. Yeah, it does come up as Robin. That is the government. Okay. And my last name on YouTube is not my last name, by the way. But I use that for business, even at work. So don't think you're gonna be able to really find me. All right, 11:11. Peace, power, and prosperity to you guys. Purple rain. Keep your crown chakra up. Keep your good vibes. Get your music. We'll talk. What's today? Tuesday. So we'll talk soon. Maybe tomorrow, Thursday, and we'll do a ritual on Friday and raise some vibrations and manifest some shit. Peace, power, and prosperity, y'all. Rob Blackstone. I love y'all. Thank you for your support and your love. I'm out.